California Governor Gavin Newsom and his team have figured out a very entertaining way to deal with Donald Trump at his own rhetorical level. They've got a new social media strategy that is both, I got to say, pretty damn funny and I think extremely effective, mocking the president with a spot-on impression of his very weird communication style.
All capital letters, Trump, and very Trump-like. It's obviously trying to goad Trump and get attention.
Newsom's press office for the past week and a half has been flooding the zone by flooding social media posts with posts that mimic Donald Trump's style and doing what no Democrat has tried for the last 9 years in dealing with Donald Trump, beating Donald Trump at his own game.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here, and oh my, the love boat is in rough waters, folks. California Governor Gavin Newsom and Donald Trump have been engaged in a public spat like nothing we've ever seen before.
Donald is finished. He is no longer hot. First the hand, so tiny. And now me, Gavin C. Newsom, have taken away his step. Many are saying we can't even do the big stairs on Air Force One anymore. Uses the little baby stairs now. Sad.
The biggest, most humiliating takedown of the orange Mussolini yet. Full of hilarious meme mockery, all caps rants, funny fonts, and none of it has tickled Trump's funny bone. Nope, he's pissed. And so is the cult.
Since Donald Trump posted a fake Time magazine cover of himself as king, Gavin Newsom's team did the same thing. In one post, Gavin Newsom calls MAGA Republicans, quote, snowflakes in all caps.
I don't know what he's trying to do, but it comes across as childish. And you're the governor of the biggest state in the union. What are you doing?
This is a sitting governor. You know, those are Congress people. And it feels like we're watching a summer camp skit. We're watching slam poetry. We're watching these attention seekers that are just so wrapped up in clickbait, and they are supposed to be governing.
Hypocrisy is dying a sad and tragic death right now. Say the anchors from the network that paid $800 million for their lies.
The toothless mob of ignorance, the F your feelings crowd, is suddenly drowning in all kinds of feelings. They're fuming, exploding, their grenade heads are blowing sky high. The group that brags about being tough, about being unshakable patriots, has melted into puddles of tears and despair over some memes.
When they go low, we go high. I mean, the way I see it, when they go low, we should bury their ideas below the Capitol. That's the only way we're going to protect the most vulnerable. Governor Newsom gets that, and yes, we can talk about, and there's great points to be made about how long it's taken us, but he's meeting the moment now, and it's just a matter of, do others join him as he does?
You've heard it said a million times. Trump loves the undereducated. He talks to them on a third grade level, and they love him for it. They show up in his cheap-ass t-shirts, his made-in-China hats, waving Trump 2028 flags off the sides of their rusted-out trailer homes. It's the same crowd that hates on immigrants and the LGBTQ community all week, then praises Jesus on Sunday, talking in tongues like a busted sprinkler head stuck on stupid. And right after the sermon, they're at Cracker Barrel being complete to the waitress they won't even tip. That's Trump's base. No filter, diarrhea of the mouth, constipation of the brain, and Trump encourages it. He wants them to be the worst versions of themselves, in their families, their communities, everywhere. MAGA is a hate group. That's where history will place them. What makes this trolling of Trump so sweet? Newsom is beating Trump with Trump's own playbook. All caps, random quotation marks, funny fonts, absurd meme energy.
The last week, Gavin Newsom, why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it. Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over." And if he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious.
Yes, right. Be more serious. Stop posting exactly like the President of the United States does.
Remember Trump's pathetic $99 NFT cards? He was a cowboy one day, an astronaut the next, Fat Brandon with a spray tan the day after. Pure grift, pure garbage, a complete waste of money. Now Newsom flips the script, bare-chested on top of Godzilla, waving a flag, carrying a water bottle like it's Excalibur, and MAGA can't handle it. Their alpha male egos are shattering because Newsom is showing them exactly how stupid Trump has looked for the last decade, and rubbing their noses in it like a dog that crapped on the rug. You want to know why this mockery hits them so hard? Because Newsom isn't just mocking Trump. He's mocking their heroes. Everything and everyone that their little dysfunctional brains think is somehow fighting for them. Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. Yeah, brother, once in a neon spandex hero, now just another punchline. Kid Rock, their culture warrior. MAGA's John Wayne with cirrhosis of the liver, day drinking with Lauren Boebert, pretending that counts as patriotism when it's really just an STD waiting to show symptoms. And Tucker Carlson, please, bow tie boy turned Fox reject, booted out like yesterday's trash, now trying to play YouTube prophet. But unless he starts reviewing Hungry Man TV dinners, that ship has sailed. And Newsom drops them all into an AI prayer meeting. That's the masterstroke, a parody revival, laying hands on him like he's the chosen one. And the only thing missing, the perfect touch, with setting the whole scene inside a Cracker Barrel. Picture it, the checkerboard table sticky with maple syrup, rocking chairs creaking out front, and a bunch of snot-nosed MAGA kids inside screaming at the top of their lungs, "They took the cracker and the barrel from all of us!" That's why this trolling lands like a punch to the gut. It's karmic. True, absolutely true. Their idols turned to clowns, their Orange Lord punked in 4K, and their favorite greasy spoon turned into a punchline. That Cracker Barrel scene hits home because it's exactly who they are. Bitter, cheap, oversalted, and long past their expiration date. The MAGA boat is rocking, folks. They are up shit creek without a paddle, heading straight for the sewer falls. And now they're in complete meltdown mode. Gonna need baby bottles, binkies, and therapy sessions just to recover from this one. Here's where it gets even sweeter. Gavin Newsom isn't just dunking on Trump for laughs. He's bottling that energy and turning it into sheer power. The man has figured out the algorithm. He's riding the wave. Every caps lock post, every meme, every video, it's campaign fuel. While Trump is rage posting on True Social like your drunk uncle on Facebook at 2 a.m., Newsom is farming small dollar donors, lighting up the Democratic base and building a following that's hungry for a fighter. That's what scares Trump the most. He knows how this works. He invented the trolling playbook, but now Newsom has stolen it, updated it, and started winning with it. And make no mistake, the party loves it. Democrats have wanted someone who isn't afraid to throw punches, someone who won't fold under the weight of Trump's constant bullying. Newsom is stepping into that role, and you can feel the momentum shift. Polls in California show him surging ahead, even topping Kamala Harris in a hypothetical primary. The base is fired up, donors are paying attention, and Republicans, they're panicking. Because for the first time, Trump looks small. He looks weak. He looks like a clown trapped in his own circus. And that Donald is finished post, that was the moment the tide turned. Baby stairs on Air Force One, brutal. That image alone was enough to send MAGA into full-blown grenade head meltdown. Here's the guy who bragged about his stamina, who mocked Hillary Clinton for coughing, who said Joe Biden was frail, now reduced to toddling up the kiddie steps. And Newsom twisted the knife, packaging it in Trump's own voice. All caps, random quotation marks, sad at the end. It was parody so dead on, half the internet thought Trump was actually wrote it. That's how powerful the mirror can be. You hold it up, and suddenly everyone sees the joke for what it is. Don't forget that nickname either, JD, Just Dance Vance. Ha, that's worse than his couch potato zinger. Tell me that doesn't sting like a slap on a new tattoo. The eyeliner warrior of Ohio turned into a TikTok punchline by Gavin Christopher Columbus Newsom? Huh? Stick that one in your fuse box, JD. What's funny is that Trump has spent years giving himself grandiose titles, calling himself the chosen one, a very stable genius, even comparing himself to Jesus. Newsom flipped it on its head, mocking Trump's fragile ego and conservative MAGA men while crowning himself with the most ridiculous explorer name he could think of. People laughed, and that's the nail in the coffin for Donald Trump and the MAGA cult. He can survive scandals. He can survive indictments. Hell, he can survive insurrections. But what he cannot survive is being laughed at, and neither can his base. They can dish it out, but none of them can actually take it. That's why all of this has stung MAGA so deeply. To Trump fans, this was sacrilege. Kid Rock, Tucker, Hulk Hogan, they're not just celebrities, they're cultural idols. MAGA eats, sleeps, and breathes this trash. And here was Newsom turning them into props for a joke. That's what made it burn down deep. It wasn't just mocking Trump, it was mocking the entire MAGA universe, the septic tank of their culture heroes, and exposing just how pathetic it all looks when you pull it into the light. And how did they respond? Like the snowflakes that they are. Suddenly the F your feelings crowd had all the feelings. Right-wing commentators started whining about civility, crying that Newsom was being unpresidential, moaning about mean memes. You cannot make this stuff up. These are the same people who laughed when Trump mocked disabled reporters, who cheered when he called women dogs, or when he came up with playground nicknames like Crooked Hillary and Sleepy Joe. They thought it was genius. They thought it was tough. But now they're begging for civility because their guy is getting clowned. It's hypocrisy at its most transparent, and everybody sees it. This is karma in real time. For 10 years, Trump has built his empire on mockery. He humiliated opponents, degraded anyone who stood in his way, and turned cruelty into entertainment. His base cheered it on because they thought he was untouchable. But now he's the one being mocked. He's the one being laughed at, and there's nothing that he can do about it. Every rage post he makes just proves the point further. He's rattled, he's humiliated, and the one thing Donald Trump cannot handle is humiliation and small crowd sizes. Meanwhile, Newsom is grinning and we're laughing. The more MAGA melts down, the more energy he builds up. The base is electrified, donors are giving, the media is paying attention, and the memes keep going viral. This is what Trump never understood. Mockery is a two-way street. Once someone else figures out the formula, the magic disappears. The emperor has no clothes, or in this case, just a red hat made in China and a pair of baby stairs leading to Air Force One. So where do we go from here? Straight into chaos for MAGA. Their cult leader is looking weaker and sicker by the day. Their idols are being mocked into irrelevance, and their entire movement has been exposed as fragile, hypocritical, and utterly ridiculous. The boat is sinking, the rats are swimming, and the MAGA Titanic is headed straight for the bottom of the ocean. And Gavin Newsom, he's standing on deck with a life raft, laughing, posting memes, and making Trump look like the sad old fool that he's always been. Donald Trump built his empire on humiliation. Now Gavin Newsom is making him choke on it. That's not just politics, that's karma. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.